Can this new drink update supplant my Celsius as my go-to when I need a little energy? Let this battle begin. Okay, welcome to the community. As I always say, I'd love to hear down below, what do you think about what we're doing? You want me to do more energy drinks? I would love to. I also have some Liquid Death, bubbly. There's a couple others that I drink, but my daily go-to, if I really need some energy, is Celsius. But with the Celsius, I typically cut it with LaCroix water, meaning I do half of the Celsius and half of the LaCroix water. And the reason, I'll give you some reasons for that in a minute, but it stimulates me a little too much. And that way, when I create like a half a dose of Celsius, it really works well for me. So that's typically what I'm doing right there. Well, I was watching a video by Sean Wells. I'm in a group called Baby Bathwater, and in that group, Sean Wells is one of the experts on supplementation. And he started talking about this new piece of caffeine called paraxanthine. Okay, paraxanthine, and paraxanthine is something that they pull out and pull out of the caffeine, so you don't get all the negative side effects of the caffeine, but you still get the energy. In fact, they say it's a time for caffeine to get an update. So the key ingredient is paraxanthine, right? That's the key ingredient in update. So I started trying these, and I said, okay, let's do a kind of a battle between the two here on YouTube of what's the difference in the two, and what have I seen so far as I've been drinking these over the last couple months, okay? Which is Celsius I've been drinking for years, but this one probably the last couple months. First thing, let's talk about taste. These come in various flavors, 4 of them, and I'm not sure, let me see, I think there's berry, lime, mandarin, and peach. So I've had all of those. The mandarin I'm not a big fan of. Lime is okay. I'm actually drinking this right now. Peach is okay, but the one that I really like is berry, and as you can see, I got a case of it here. But taste is an acquired thing, right? These have a little subtle taste to them. They're not so sugary and sweet, where this is why I cut the Celsius. One of the reasons, Celsius tend to be very sweet to me, very sweet when I drink them, and so I cut them with LaCroix water, which gives it a little bit of flavor. I'm not a big fan of either of the flavors, I'll be honest with you. Berry's probably my favorite out of the 4 updates, but you can get a sample pack. I'll leave the links down below. And Celsius has, like a million flavors, not literally a million, but they probably have like 15 flavors. I've always went with berry, but it is a little sweet. I'm going to call this an equal battle because flavor is not something that these two do a good job with, right? They're for energy, they're for focus, not really for something you're just going to drink, and you're not going to drink tons of cans of these. You're really going to drink one. So I would say flavor's pretty equal on it. That's one of the things I would say. The next thing is ingredients. So when we look at the ingredients of the Celsius is a healthier, quote unquote, energy drink with taurine, guarana, caffeine, ginger extract, and green tea extract. It's got vitamin C, it's got niacin, so it gives you that flush. It's got vitamin B6, vitamin B12, but really the active component that we're talking about is caffeine. So caffeine doesn't settle well with a lot of people. For me, it really stimulates me a little too much. And again, that's one of the reasons I cut down and I go to a water mixture between the two. Because if I drink a whole one of these, I'm buzzing. I'm ready to go, right? And I can't even imagine like a Red Bull or a Monster. Those just would overstimulate me. There's no sugar, no preservatives in this. But it's still, to me, the caffeine gets me going a little too much. That's why I was looking for alternatives. Update, on the other hand, is a very interesting drink, and I'm going to pull up my notes because it's got a carbonated drink, and it's got basically paraxanthine, which is that part of caffeine that they're pulling out kind of the bad stuff, just to put it in layman's terms, and leaving the good stuff in. That's what paraxanthine is, and like I said, you can do some research on it. And then they have some other nootropics in here, including N-acetyl, L-triazine, taurine, alpha-GPC, L-theanine, 5-HTP, and vitamin B12. So This actually is more of a nootropic combination, meaning it's going to work with you a little bit differently than the caffeine, okay? So as far as ingredients, definitely the Update is far superior than the Celsius. If you're just looking for the caffeine boost, a kind of a coffee with the niacin and the vitamin Bs, that's where you're going here, where you've got some nootropic stuff in here. By the way, Morpheus is jumping in the background, checking out our Cuddly Dudley up there, which he's seeing. Cuddly Dudley, 1969, had this as a kid. You've watched my other videos. I love that thing, and probably the cat's going to knock it down. Morpheus is probably going to knock it down, but we're going to keep going. Okay, price. This is where we have an issue, okay? So these, and I'm going to leave the link below, are $1.06 a piece. Pretty cheap. You get 12 of them for basically $12. Where we're looking here, if you subscribe, you can get them for $2.83. But if you're just buying one case, you're talking $3.33 a piece. So you're talking really about a $2 difference in these two drinks. So if you're somebody that's on a budget and you're looking for something, well, maybe just go with coffee, right? But so this is a really less expensive drink. But again, you're getting nootropics in here. Totally different type of vibe here with this, okay? So that's the difference, is price is big. As far as value, when you start to look at what you're getting in here, I think they're both quality value. This is $1, so you can't beat that. This is, like I said, if you can get to subscribe, get it down to $2.83, which is what I do. If we could get it down to $2.50, it's great, but that's about what we're paying nowadays for drinks. And I guess the next thing outside of value is they're both kind of value is the feel. So for me, this is where Update has made a big difference for me. Typically, when I drink a Celsius, especially later in the day, I can't sleep. It keeps me up all night. My mind's racing. Caffeine and me just don't go well, right? And so now with the paraxanthine that's in the Update, I actually am feeling a light, calm, energetic kind of feel. It feels awesome. It feels really good. And I don't have that nighttime jitter. Now, I will tell you, I'm not a doctor. I don't play one. I really think that's important. If you're going to try these drinks, make sure you talk to a healthcare professional, especially if Morpheus wants to try one of these drinks. They're not for animals, right? So let me get him out of the screen. The Update gives me kind of a nice, subtle, energetic feel. Again, like I always tell people, is you got to kind of try things yourself, but it's something that I've found has really worked for me. And where I'm seeing it is my HRV is starting to go up. Heart rate variability is a great indicator of health. I'll show you here. I've been hitting 82s and 80s, which is crazy. My average is about a 60, and I've gotten down to the 40s. I have quit drinking. I'm 18 days not drinking. You've watched this channel. I probably drank 3 times this year, but I'm really done with it now. So I'm doing a lot of non-alcoholic reviews here on the channel. But since I started this and really focusing on taking this out of my system and my sleep is better, my HRV is going up, my overall health profile, which I consider using the Whoop device, which is on my arm, is really starting to see a better range. And I'm not drinking coffee. This is kind of my drink that I go to, and I'll sip a half a can, and if I need a little more, I'll drink a little bit more. And the other thing I added to it, and again, I'm not a doctor, this is just what I do, is this Zenwell ashwagandha. And these two in combination have just really been awesome. I'm sleeping good. I'm having energy when I wake up. I'm not having that kind of caffeine hangover that comes. And I've been really happy with it. Now, this is early. Like, I've only been using this for a few months and really the last couple of weeks consistently, and it really does seem to be making a difference. So when it comes to overall value for me, so in that conversation, I can get stimulated by this. It wakes me up, it gets me going. And full disclosure, something else this does to me, if I drink a full can of this, it almost feels like I have to drink alcohol to come down. And I don't like that feeling. Nothing against Celsius. I've drank it a lot. I like it. That's why I stick to a half a can. If I get a full can, I get this feeling like, man, I need something to kind of slow me down. And I get anxiety. I drank it on the golf course the other day, and it was just a disaster. I didn't play well. I started speeding up in my mind. And I think that's a caffeine effect. Where the paraxanthine, it really does make, paraxanthine makes a difference. As I splash that there, I'm going to take a sip. And it's kind of a mild feel. It's gives you that energy, but it's not so jerky energy. It's not so, herky-jerky energy. And I really like it. And I think for me, this is really winning the battle. This actually last case came on my subscribe from Amazon. Links are down below, but I'm going to cancel this and I'm going to stick with my update for now. And I'll do a review next couple months as I'm using it consistently, and we'll check my HRV, my sleep patterns, and that's really the good indicator. If you're tracking things, you can see what is the difference between the two. And man, I'm getting up in the low 80s. That's awesome for HRV. I've never even been there, and at 54 years old, I'm going to stick with the updates. I am not endorsed or sponsored by any of these companies. I've met Sean Wells a couple times at some events. I don't know what his involvement is. This is actually called Infinity, is the paraxanthine. It's pretty new. I guess they put it in some Muscle Tech pre-workout kind of things, but nothing in a nootropic with this. And you're getting some other nootropics in the drink itself. So just wanted to put that out there. I have no affiliation in these companies, but this is giving me a kind of a chill, more productive kind of stimulation, and I'm going to stick with the update even though it is a little more expensive. Let me know in the comments, have you tried update? Have you seen this? Have you heard of paraxanthine? Have you tried Celsius? What are you using and where are you at with your energy drinks? It'd be great to know. As always, thanks for watching. Love to hear from you in the comments. This is a community, and that's what it's about. We're about energy, productivity, and making the world a better place. So let's go do it together. Thanks for watching. Hey guys, thanks for watching so much. You can subscribe for more of this type of content here. We do ink, all kinds of stuff. It's kind of a weird channel. We don't do YouTube right. You're supposed to be niche, but we do everything. We just have fun here. You can subscribe there, and then YouTube is going to suggest a video right here that you can watch next. All right, thanks for being a part of my community. I appreciate you. You're awesome. And as always, hey, let's go have a fantastic day.